Good morning, everybody. How are ya? We got news at 9:45, so I'll be stopping at 9:43. Didn't take any trades yesterday or the day before that, but nothing wrong with that. That's sort of a good thing, because I shouldn't be taking trades unless the edge is there, and it is not in direction. So it's good. Good stuff. I also have a video coming out today on my main channel, but it's probably not going to apply to any of you. I remade my futures guide from 2 years ago because the old one was just terrible. I was still like figuring out how to make videos when I did that, so it was not very good. This one is much more quick and just overall better. Alright, my cat's yelling at me. I'll be right back. Target neutralized. Happy to hear that, Kian. Well, not the losing part, but I'm glad you're taking it slow. It's much smarter than what most of us did. Starting with real money, losing an absurd amount, not being able to eat for a few days. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, that's an interesting point, Niall. Um, the thing about, I don't know, maybe it's all trading types, but specifically making your own system, sort of like what we're doing, is that eventually you're going to find that the new rules and reminders you make are ones that already existed. And so, you can't limit yourself too early because you need a lot of time and data to figure out what your edge is, where it is, when it is. But eventually you will find it. And like for me, I specifically have a note. Let me read it. Well, I'll read part of it. This is a note I wrote to myself. Sort of just an idea that I wrote down, because that's what I do. It's important to not change anything at all. You have the edge. Any new idea, unless it's reinforcing existing rules, will most likely be detrimental. Which I realized after I started focusing on taking more trades, which actually just made me do worse. More trades wasn't the solution. It was taking and not hesitating on the small amount of trades where hesitation was the problem. So it sounds like a good thing that you're dealing with. It might indicate that you're honing in on what you're good at and the type of trades that you should be taking. Hey there, Jonathan. Welcome. Have I ever used backtesting software? Nah. Forward testing for me. Experimenting. Find that, at least for me, with a discretionary approach, backtesting just doesn't really cut it. Needs to feel more real for me. Alright, it's looking good. I'm going to focus in. Too late. Might go quiet for a sec. And by might, I mean I definitely will. It's a little chaotic. It's good consolidation, but it's pretty wild. Oh, that's why. These are 3-point intervals on the chart. That looks better. Very chaotic. Suppose I could have taken some trades, but I'm good. Alright, I'm gonna wait a sec. It's 9:38. Got news at 9:45. I'll be stopping at 9:43. It is consolidating, but also it just sort of feels 50-50 right now. So I haven't taken a trade yet. It's weird. It's very weird. I figured that would happen. That's funny. Well, I expected it to keep doing what it was doing, and I got stopped out by the exception. So it's a good trade that didn't work. Probably could have taken more trades in here, but whatever. I'm gonna do a little more work on getting better at being brave, doing mean reversion. But this is also maybe the most extreme consolidation I've ever seen. So very atypical. I think I struggle with trusting that it will just continue. And by the time I finally did, it was done. Oh well. Am I funded yet? Yeah. For now. This is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen it quite this extreme. I mean funded for now, like I'm not well, if I fail to fund an account, I'm not gonna be too surprised. I'm gonna be disappointed a little, but mostly only because people see what I'm doing. If I was trading privately and I failed, I wouldn't be worried at all because I wouldn't be bothered because well, I'm thinking long term. So everything I'm doing right now doesn't really matter a whole lot. The only thing I would be bothered about with losing the funded account is that everyone would see it. If I was trading on my own, wouldn't be bothered at all. Because in both scenarios, I recognize that consistent profitability is very, very long term. And getting a funded account is a good step in the right direction, but doesn't really mean a whole lot beyond that. So, you know, if I get funded a few times before I can really trade this account as if it was sim and not let the pressure mess with me, and that's fine. The only tough part is that everyone will see it. And that's hard to do. Hard to deal with, especially when there's a lot of people out there who want to see me fail. But that's okay. How do you blow a funded account if you lose the max drawdown? So for me, that max drawdown is about $1,300 away. So a bit unfortunate on that trade, but I don't know. It really wasn't a bad trade. It's just maybe got in a little too late. Should have taken that equivalent trade earlier. Because I can't keep doing the same thing forever. And you just gotta trust it when something's happening. Not finally build up the courage to take a trade and by that time it's over. Oh well. Alright. I'm gonna end it there. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all of you. Got a video on my main channel coming up later today. Just on futures. Had to remake the guide because it was bad. Thank all of you. Thank you to all of you for the kind words. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you, Rufus, Dylan, Jonathan, Wetlands, Perry, Michael, Snow Leopard, Potatoes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.